I know exactly what they want. I know exactly what they want. Just be patient. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me, y'all keep the fame. I want the glory, been that nigga, bitches never ignored me. Rich in spirit, little bitch can't afford me. Day one static, fix it with a 4G, red beam on it. You think I'm recording, kicking front doors, you try to backdoor me. We are not a gang, bitch, we an army. Book the den, you know I don't tell stories. Keep it 100 in the lightning. You niggas fake baby K name Adonis. Mini Drake, clip curl, but somehow I can shoot it straight. Insta clip, I can shoot 4 minutes straight. Turn this to the Super Bowl if I need to. I can hit your chief up with an eagle. Set you up on the score, but they lied to you. Why you letting them niggas mislead you? My name is my name, power and glory. I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name. You go to war with me. We move the same. You think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. My name is my name, power and glory. I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name. You go to war with me. We move the same. You think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. You won't see it coming. I move like a crook, a thief in the night. So watch what you put. My aim precise. These bullets 12 inches long. A block away, I could take off. Don't ask me no questions if you know my stance. Bitch, I'm the man, so thanks in advance. They mean a rifle on top of a tripod. If they ever tell you I was taking a stand, think I run up on me, but I'm way too advanced. Spinning with choppers, turn you into a fan. Can show you the steps, but won't hold your hands. They thought they could stop me, it ain't go as planned. How I get this far? Cause I took a chance. Really got ranked, keeping it a band. This ain't what you think, better think again. This ain't what you think, you better think again. My name is my name, power and glory. I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name. You go to war with me. We move the same. You think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. My name is my name, power and glory. I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name. You go to war with me. We move the same. You think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all. Y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all. Y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all. Y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all. Y'all created this monster.
Looking for a Christ man, the one who anointed with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord, to do his will. I'm that nigga.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put y'all faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on cargo slave ship. What the fuck he do for blacks in his administration? I'm waiting, patient like a saint. Black, Hispanic, Native, they hate your ass the same. Paint Christ in their image, paint you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say he hate. African soul niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lies sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UPK, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't banish no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shock on my life. I want to be a gangster like a cop. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. UBK the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under your honor, ain't he murdered by them and got a hug from your honor? That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priest bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, ranking order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ICE agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game. Put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. It's more of us in jail than it was slaves. Chose by the Lord, we could never be the same. Soon as they born, the wicked go astray. They left the truth, they wasn't with us anyway. Niggas weak, they just saying anything to be truthful. We don't want no cowards anyway. Look, coronavirus, that's a plague. You don't get too much sleep when you waking up the dead. First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church. Came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
Back row.
But I'm a player and there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury, I got 2 jets. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down at roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. It's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Going on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on this war in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living
pictures. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fancy on her face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. That's why I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that guy flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Tahoe Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op hurt. Light is in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed jump, can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. It can't, the streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know lie. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the score in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know lie. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the score in my whole life. My whole life.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my people. Yes, you said. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact of them here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slump. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I'm back gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback to bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is dish served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mass shooters. Devils design fire for our babies to pass through it in the damn of our kings reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Let's get us in there the right way. And that's, you can hear me, Zanyala?
I can.
All right, let's clap it up. Give me 1 second. Let me just go online, make sure that you brothers and sisters can hear me correctly on here. Hold on 1 second, Salagi.
Okay.
We good to go. All right, this is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of General Yohana. Our job as priests is to show our brothers, the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, that they are, biblically the Jews and the Israelites that's in the Bible. Today is our Tuesday night or Tuesday evening Brotherhood class. This class is to show, that brotherhood and sisterhood is what we need to bring us together, to strengthen us. And not only that, for us to gain power and gain the kingdom again, we have to have, brotherhood and sisterhood. We won't be able to, make it without it. So that's why this class is so important. It is so heavy because, that's something that our people as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we have lost, over the last 40 or 50 years, is that brotherhood, the camaraderie that we have, toward one another. We murder each other in the streets, gun each other down in the streets. Also, having sex with, your brother's rib, all that. Like, this is the destruction of, the 12 tribes of Israel. And this brotherhood class is basically going to go over the things you shouldn't do. And it's also it's an opportunity for us to cry aloud. So you'll know what's wrong, what you're doing wrong, and what you're not. I have Trooper Azanya Allah, heavy brother right here. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna read for me tonight. You know what I'm saying? The brother's a powerful brother. He got his officer's test ready to, rock and roll. I'm ready to see the brother be a priest, but of course, with that comes work. So we're gonna get to it. If you could, for me, I love to start off my, especially brotherhood classes. I love to start off with Zephaniah 2:1. It's always the chapter or the verse that starts off, the kingdom or how we gonna get this kingdom back together. You know what I'm saying? Us getting this kingdom back together starts with, Zephaniah 2:1, and then we're gonna roll from there. So whenever you get it, you can go ahead and read it.
Khan. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea.
It said do what? Go ahead. Hold on. It say do what now?
Gather yourselves together.
So that's so important. And the reason I have to stop there is because that's the most important part of it, is us gathering ourselves together. It's the first part. It's the first part of us becoming the people who we supposed to be according to the Bible. It's us coming together, us as blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, us as Issachar, Ephraim, Manasseh, Judah, you know what I'm saying? Like by Yamian, like in order for us to get that righteous kingdom again and overthrow this oppression that we have to come together. That's why like the first part of this verse is so important. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Khan, sir. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
That's right. It say, "O nation not desired," and we already, we're gonna go through that scripture too next. But we know who the nation that's not desired. The nation that's not desired are the Mexicans are, or our Issacharite brothers that's on the border. It's the Judites who first fired, last hired. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's our Puerto Rican brothers and sisters who still haven't got refuge from a storm or a hurricane that happened 7 years ago. They still living, in insanity in Puerto Rico. So we sit here and we, wonder who's the people that's not desired. You just look on the news, turn the news on every single day. You turn the news on, you see in every single Black and Hispanic neighborhood that our people are being oppressed, not only by our oppressor, but which is our whipping stick, but also ourselves. This brotherhood class is so important because, we can get through the oppressor if we knew how to gain our brothers back. See, our brothers are working with the oppressor. So now you got your brothers and the oppressor, here for a downfall for Israel. Now, us gathering together is going to bring all of us back together. Now and it ain't always about numbers. It's really about having men that's really going to be into this truth, and gathering us all back together. Of course, Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, and trying to take over this kingdom or have this kingdom all over again. If you could go to Deuteronomy, because I do want to elaborate on the nation not desired. Deuteronomy, give me 68, 28:68.
Sir.
And it's so important why, like, us gathering together is, like I said, it's always the number one thing on my list because there's no moving forward without us gathering together. That's why what Commander General Yohana does is so great in this nation. Commander General Yohana has done what no other man, they've have attempted to do it, but like the way that Commander General Yohana has brought Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians together is second to none. You know what I'm saying? It's a poster on how to raise a nation. You know what I'm saying? Back to prominence. And Commander General Yohana has found, the scientific or whatever method you want to call to bringing Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians together. You know what I'm saying? And the proof is in the pudding. We look at all these schools that continue to be built up, and they're being built up with righteous men. They're not just being built up because it's a free golden pass to get into the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. This school is hard. Like, you have to have some fortitude to be in this school, because the Lord don't want nobody who's gonna be halfway in and halfway out, a lukewarm brother or sister. The Lord gonna want somebody whose whole heart is into this truth. You know what I'm saying? And Commander General Yohana, his whole heart is into this truth, and that's why he's raising up. He's raising up the same thing that he is. You know what I'm saying? If you could read, you can go ahead and read.
Here's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Okay, now of course we know what Egypt is. Egypt just means that just means bondage. You know what I'm saying? Egypt is another word for bondage. So it says we will be brought into Egypt again. Go ahead.
Khan, sir. By the way whereof
go back. Go back a little bit. After Egypt again.
Lord, Khan. This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With ships. And we already know who came over into bondage or so-called Egypt with ships. Of course, we didn't go. We was already on that continent, so we wouldn't be taking the ship back into slavery. You know what I'm saying? So this lets you know this was prophetic what it was saying, and it was also the Lord letting us know what's going to happen in the days of our punishment. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Khan. By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
And he said, by the way of I spake unto thee. That means he said it already. I told you this already. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Khan. Thou shalt see it no more again.
Go ahead.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
Of course, we know we would. Slocky. Of course, we know we were sold into slavery as bondmen and bondwomen, and this was so heavy about this. Our Native Indian brothers and sisters, our Hispanic brothers, we all went through the same thing. Our history books tell a story of blacks or Negroes, so-called Negroes, going into slavery. But our Native Indian brothers and sisters was in slavery before they even got us over here. And we also had, this is how you know that these are the Lord's people, because we all going through the same thing. And make it so heavy is we all going through the same thing now. We went through the same thing then over 400 or 500 years ago, and we're going through the same exact thing now. You know what I'm saying? You look in these hoods, you look in these barrios, you know what I'm saying? You go into these places and you see blacks and Hispanics and the Native American Indians that are destroyed, you know what I'm saying? Due to our oppression, you know what I'm saying? So go ahead.
Khan. And no man shall buy you.
And this was so heavy because at the end of Zephaniah 2:1, it said that it says, gather yourself together, O nation not desired. You know what I'm saying? And now you're looking at Deuteronomy 28, 68, that's telling you that Salah, give 1 second. Hey, you can hold on. Deuteronomy 28:68 that says, basically tells you, hey, that the exact same thing, that nobody is going to want to buy you. Nobody is going to care about you. Nobody is going to even want you. Nobody wants to be like, everybody wants to be like a black man or a Hispanic man. But here's the problem. Nobody wants to carry your oppression. You know what I'm saying? Ask a white oppressor, do he want the same kind of situation that you got to live through? Do he want to live in the same communities as you live in? Do he want to, have to deal with the same problems and employment that you have to deal with? They're gonna say no. Why would I have to do that? So that's the way that when it says nobody will want us, they just right now, what I just say, we the first fired, last hired. You know what I'm saying? They can just get another nigga, in other words. So, we got to understand who the people are that's destroyed and why it's so important for us to come back together. Because if we don't come together, what's going to happen is we're just going to continue to destroy ourselves like we do every single day. Chicago, Philadelphia, Baltimore, you know what I'm saying? Houston, Dallas, you know what I'm saying? Tampa, Florida, these are the places where blacks and Hispanics are destroying each other. They destroying each other on a daily basis. And the problem is our brotherhood is at an all-time low. And what I mean by that is it's at an all-time low because we have no true leaders no more. We really never had true leaders, until the Isupk came into the truth. I mean, it came into the fold, but we don't have leaders that's here that's not going to lead us blindly. You know what I'm saying? So, we got to understand that, to come into the Isupk, if you're a black, Hispanic, Native American Indian, if you want true leadership, you have to come to the Isupk, and it's going to be under command of General Yohana. You know what I'm saying? And this is the way, into your brotherhood and into your truth. If you could give me, that's what I want. 1 John 4:20. Because our issue, especially in our neighborhoods, especially because I'm speaking on brotherhood, is the amount of murdering that we do amongst each other. you always find yourself arguing with a oppressor, because an oppressor love to say, well, you guys kill each other more than we do. You guys shoot each other in your neighborhoods more than we do. And our problem as a people is we need to stop arguing with our oppressor about what our problems are. You know, I would tell an oppressor, hey, look, don't worry about our problems. We gonna handle our problems. But we also have another problem, which is the devil, you know, the Bible speak of, which is our actual oppressor. Now, the reason we know about killing and raping and, you know, taking, stealing, we learned it from the biggest thief that ever walked the face of the earth, which is the white man. The white man has been the biggest thief, the biggest murderer, the biggest rapist that ever walked the face of the earth. How do we know that? Because you go look at slavery. Slavery showed you that. Slavery showed you that our oppressor is the most vile beast to ever walk this earth. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, modern day, us being in the neighborhoods and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Where do we get all these drugs from? The oppressor, right? And then while they see us in these neighborhoods grouped up together, blacks and Hispanics together, and how you say, like, when they walk around, they're like just passing through, they're looking at us like, look how these motherfuckers act. They're so uncivilized. And it's kind of untrue because it's unbrotherly. Think about what we're doing. We're selling drugs to each other. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
The same people down the street that you know we used to play with when we were kids. Now we're calling them sluts and bitches and fuck that dude over there. You know what I'm saying? And you know we kind of destroy ourselves because of the circumstances that they put on us, and we don't know how to come out of it because we think it's the normal.
Damn right, and that's so heavy because that wasn't the normal 400 or 500 years ago to us. You know what I'm saying? Now it is the normal, just like crack cocaine wasn't. Cracking cocaine wasn't a normal to us. You know what I'm saying? Until they put it into our neighborhoods. Just like, you know what I'm saying, buying a crate. You know what I'm saying? What the young brothers say now, they gonna get a crate full of guns. You think that in poverty and our oppression that we said, hey, let's just conjure up a plan to buy crates of guns. We got that kind of money. I mean, you just got to understand this vile beast that's on this earth is set here to destroy us. And the only way to come out of this destruction is for us to, you know, to understand that the Lord wants us to come together and not, you know, murder each other, and not, you know, that he wants us to settle our disputes. You know what I'm saying? He wants us to come to each other, you know, brother to brother, and say, hey, look, it's lucky, you know what I'm saying? Such and such, blase, blase. So, you know, that's our way out of this hellhole, which is called oppression for us. You can go ahead. Go ahead.
And also to piggyback off that, you know what I'm saying? While they seeing us, you know what I'm saying, sell drugs to each other and do all this nonsense with each other, guess what? While our brothers are either killing each other with drugs or with guns or impregnating women and how you say, putting them in situations to where, you know, they have to depend on the government, and then they take a man out of the household and stuff, and then the rest of the brothers going to jail. So it's either dead or in jail. And then by the time you know it, there's so few of us that could survive in our neighborhoods because we're not uplifting our neighborhoods. That guess what? They move in, and that becomes what's that word called?
You talking about insanity. So you
like
talking
when they
about
move into our neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? Like when they start putting Starbucks and all that specific word on.
Oh, they call it regentrification or something like that. Where they kind of they trying to regentrify your
Yeah, they gentrify our neighborhoods because they already oppress us with all the things that are demonizing our neighborhoods, and we fall into that quicksand. And by the time you know it, all our people are so destroyed that guess what? The neighborhood that we used to call home, now we're visitors.
Damn right, and that's absolutely correct, because now we even look at it like, you know what I'm saying? You look at like what's the old high rises down in Chicago, 42nd Street. 42nd Street used to be Project City. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, that's where you go get your marijuana from. Back in the days, it was a bunch of big high rises. All the gangs was there, you know, and you know it was a place where you went, and that's where all the Judites was. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, sir.
Now they tore every single building down. They built a Starbucks over there, a bunch of townhouses, and what they do, they ran them out of those little neighborhoods. And first off, they put them in there to destroy them. They put them in there to destroy them, and when they realized it was too much work, they said, "Man, we got to figure out how to fix this problem because now they tearing up the inner cities. Now they're destroying our inner cities, and now it's like now what do? They move us all out to the suburbs. It feels good as a Black Hispanic man mentally, you know what I'm saying? Not me personally, but mentally for a brother or a Hispanic brother, sister to move out into the suburbs. They're like, oh yeah, I got a nice crib in the suburbs, not knowing that everybody in the cities are moving to the suburbs. This is strategic. You know what I'm saying? It's always been strategic every single time. So
like I want also to piggyback off what you were talking about. It's like how you said, like when we had all these neighborhoods, I don't know if you remember, but we also had the Cabrini Greens where we had so many apartments in these big buildings, and how you say, like with the drugs and the guns and all the violence in there, all they did was say, oh, these people are uncivilized to be there, and we caused it to ourselves because we weren't brotherly to each other. They knocked them down, and what they built over there, they built their stuff, they built their condos and their stores, and they put things further, like you said, they pushed us more further west or south, and they took over an area where we used to call home. You know what I'm saying? And that's horrible because how you said that, you know how many people lived in the Greens? It was like thousands of brothers and sisters there. You know what I'm saying? No matter what the power state that they were in, it was ours, and we kind of like screwed it up for ourselves instead of taking something that was meaningful to us, no matter how little, and we could have built it up. You know what I'm saying? But no, we want to shoot each other. We want to sell drugs to each other. We want to.
On top of that, war, you got to remember something that and I always bring this one of my number one go-to scriptures, that oppression will make it the wise man mad. Of course, I'm paraphrasing. Now you can't put a bunch of Issacharites or a bunch of Black brothers, Judites or whatever you want to call it, 12 tribes. Period. You can't put us on top of each other with no income or low to no income. You know what I'm saying? No food, no ways that kids can exert energy as or like basketball programs and these little programs that every other oppressive neighborhood have. You can't put us in this situation and then once our energy goes toward violence, which the only thing we know, it's just like slavery. Slavery, we didn't have none of these things either. We didn't have institutions in slavery. We didn't have basketball and football. Niggas didn't play basketball in slavery. You know what I'm saying? What they taught us was how to come against each other. That's why you had Uncle Toms. You know what I'm saying? That's why you had house niggas. You know what I'm saying? These were the way to pit the Black man against the Black man. You know what I'm saying? This is the way that they can destroy us and make us. And guess what? It make you just think about this. If you bring a Black man into a household, a slave household, right? You bring him to a slave household. He got a bed to sleep in. He get to wear nice clothes because he's serving the master and all his company. And then you got another slave that's outside with tarnished clothes. You know what I'm saying? Ripped up jeans, and he got sores on his hands from picking roses or whatever, being in the bushes. You don't think that outside nigga is gonna have hate for his brother that's an inside nigga? He's going to, and therefore they gave the oppressor the opportunity to say, I know how to pit one against another. And then guess what happened when they pit each other against each other? The white man gonna say, well, you hating your own brother. I didn't hate him. I'm not mad at the house nigga. He is. You know what I'm saying? So we got to understand, like, these are weapons. These are weapons that the oppressor has for us, but we have a weapon as well. And our weapon is brotherhood. Brotherhood is our weapon. And this is why it's so important for us to come together and have brotherhood and teach these classes every single Tuesday. Because if we don't, what happens is you drop your weapon. Your sword is dropped. And now the oppressor has a chance to slice your neck, and you have no way to defend yourself. But with a brotherhood, if you fail, you got somebody else to come and pick you back up. If you don't know how to handle a situation, you got another brother to come and be able to help you through that situation, and that's how you're able to have it as a weapon. But if you don't want to be one of those brothers that's on your own and do it by yourself, you will certainly fail, because the Lord didn't make his people that way. The Lord made his people to be together and not separate.
That's right.
Let me did I give you a scripture? I gave you John, 1 John, right?
Kind of, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar.
And that's so now. You know what I'm saying? That's so now what that verse means, because how many times you heard a brother be like, man, I love you, man. Hey, brothers get drunk, especially, I ain't gonna lie to you, my Isupk brothers and my even my brothers that I hang with all of it, like, and I'm talking about when I was in the world, them brothers love to say they love you when they start drinking. They start drinking, they love everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like our problem is we use that word as an emotion. You know what I'm saying? Instead of using it, you know, where it actually fits. And for me to say I love you as a brother, you know what I'm saying? It means that if you do something wrong, or if I feel like that it's an art between us, I'm gonna come to you about it. You know what I'm saying? That's what love is. And this how I know that brothers don't read that first part or read that again. I mean, it's like,
sir, this is the book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar.
That's like, actually that's self-explanatory. You can't say I love God but hate. And here's where I heard that the most. How many women say they hate? I can't stand niggas. I can't stand. These are black women that's saying this.
That's right.
But they'll tell you up and down they love God. I go to church every Sunday. I know the Bible inside and outside. That's what our sisters say. They say they know the Bible inside and outside. They love God. But that nigga, I can't love that nigigga. I can't love my baby daddy. Go ahead.
It's like kind of like what you're saying. It's like with the brothers on their part. Say like you in a neighborhood with people you grew up and stuff, and say you just show up and you walk down the block and stuff. They're like, hey, what's up? What's going on? What's happening? You know what I'm saying? See you in a few. And this and that. Yeah, I'm just gonna go get some soda for my rib. You know what I'm saying? She want this Coca-Cola and all that stuff. Get some Cheetos for the kids and all that stuff. And then, oh yeah, man, hey, you take care of yourself. And then as soon as you walk, they're like, man, fuck that dude. I mean, F that dude. You know what I'm saying?
You're right, no doubt, and that's absolutely right, because that happens so much in our neighborhoods. It happens. So how many times where you then walked away, and then another brother, probably like somebody who mutual friends, or maybe more of a friend to you than him, said, "Hey, yeah, man, dude was talking crazy when you left, man. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't trust, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's our gripe as people. Like we are so afraid to hate our oppressor. It's so easily, so easily driven to hate ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Hate our own people. Like it's so easy for us. Like stepping on a shoe, you know what I'm saying, allow you to kill your brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the killing of your cousin won't allow you to come against the oppressor. Like the oppressor can shoot your cousin down the street, and everybody gonna cry boo-hoo and say how and go on the streets and say no justice, no peace. But soon as a brother in the club step on your shoe, you gonna shoot them down. Like that shows you how destroyed we are as a people. Our people are so destroyed that we feel like our oppressor is God. You know what I'm saying? We feel like our oppressor, like we can't harm our oppressor, because guess what happens if you mentally, and like this is what our blacks, Hispanics thinks. If you touch or if you go against it, and we ain't talk, we don't condone touching or hurting or shooting or fighting or doing none of that with none of our oppressors, because that what the Lord says that that our weapons are not carnal. You know what I'm saying? So our weapon, that's why I brought it out, that our weapon is brotherhood. But when we sit here and think that us coming against our brother is the right thing to do, and a police officer shooting down your cousin Pookie in the street is the wrong thing to do, like that's when you know that we're destroyed as a people. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that we need to fix. And Commander Junior Hunter has the actual equation to do it. That's and the Bible, well, Salakia, the Bible has an actual equation to do it. And I could just say Commander Junior Hunter is the excellent mathematician because he knows how to work the problem to a T. So go ahead.
Salakia, I want. Also, you know what I'm saying? You know, we did go into how the guys treat each other, but we also got to understand how the sisters treat each other too. You know what I'm saying? Like just how we used to go to church and all that stuff and all that, and how you say like they be like, oh, she looks nice, and as soon as that girl walks away, they're like, oh yeah, she thinks she's doing it and all this and that. Like they sideways talk out their mouth to them. You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't even know how to treat each other either. You know what I'm saying? So it's not only about brother who don't treat brothers correctly. It's also on these sisters because these sisters is evil too.
Oh yeah, well, hey, and you got to remember something. Who taught them sisters to be evil that way? Yeah, you remember the old shows. I don't know if you're old enough for this. Salaki, if you know what I'm saying, if you are, they had shows called Gossip Girls. They used to be out back in the days. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It was a real big show called Gossip Girls. You know what I'm saying? And it was a bunch of white girls. That basically the show was what it was: a bunch of white girls gossiping. Now, what do we do as far as our sisters? What do we do now? We gossip about everything. We make everything a big issue. You know what I'm saying? As far as our women. And the one thing we don't do, and just like the men, we don't come against the oppressor as a woman. As far as if you're a Black, Hispanic, Native American, Indian woman, you never go against the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? You want to go marry the oppressor. You want to go have sex and babies, and you want to have a baby with blue eyes because you think it's a beautiful thing. And you want to go have a baby with straight hair because you think it's a beautiful thing. Well, and the whole issue is they're destroying you with this. You know what I'm saying? They're destroying you with the fact that you want a baby with blonde hair and blue eyes. Because you got to remember and I'm paraphrasing Christ wasn't the greatest looking man. He wasn't. You could look that up. So you think that the Lord cares about you having a baby with straight hair and blue eyes? That baby will go exactly where that oppressor gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Salakia. But that's our women. Our women are they're destroyed for the lack of leadership. The lack of leadership started with our people as a nation, and then now it starts with our household. We need to have men. We need to have men that can lead households. So we can't just sit here and always blame it on our sisters, because the thing is they're actually made to be led. So if you can't lead them, what are you gonna do? They always use the sheep, the way a shepherd leads the sheep. Like, think about it. If you take the shepherd away, the sheep goes wherever they want to. Well, that's the way our households are now. When they took the shepherd away by putting us in jail, when they took the shepherds away by killing us in the streets, when they took the shepherds away by doing the things to take the black man out of the household, such as public assistance or welfare and all of this stuff. That's how you took the shepherd away from the sheep, and now the sheep goes wherever they want to go. You know what I'm saying? You got anything else on that, or you good?
I'm good on that I'm 12 on that for right now. You want me to left off?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll start from the top also.
Go ahead.
There's a book of 1 John chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen, how can he love God, whom he hath not seen?
And that's so heavy, because you think about it, Zanyala. How can I tell you? Hey, how can I sit here every single day and say, look, I love, Zanyala, that's my brother. Oh, you know what I'm saying? He one of the 12 tribes of Israel. That's my brother. Hey, I die for him. I go to war for him. You know what I'm saying? And then turn around just because, and I'm saying that. Why do I say it though? Because I'm saying it because I'm sitting here in your face, right? I'm in your face, like, hey, look, y'all, I'll die for you, man. Hey, man, I'll tear this whole town up for you. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I could be saying whatever I want to. I could just be talking. That's how that's what a Christian church does right now. They say they love all their brothers and sisters. They say, like, whatever they need, I'm here for you. Meanwhile, the pastor is rich and the first lady, or not the first lady, the deacon is poor. You know what I'm saying? So it say, how could you say, it say, How could you love, how could you hate your brother, which you see all the time, and you say you love the Most High, but you never seen? It's a lie. You could never say that you love God. I mean that you love God. You know what I'm saying? But hate your brother. That's a fact. You know how I know it's a fact? Because the Lord gave he said, I'm going to give a punishment for it. And he gave it. It's in give me Deuteronomy real quick, 68, and I believe it's because I want to always use this scripture. I believe it's 48. I want to say. Give me 54. 54, if you could, Baba Kasha. Whenever you're ready.
Deuteronomy 28 and 54?
Yes, sir.
Kind of, sir.
And if I could, this is scripture. Hey, big up to, you know what I'm saying? So I am teaching the Brotherhood class. So this brother right here, this the man above me as well. I ain't taught a Brotherhood class in I don't know how long. It's been probably about a year or two. So, you know what I'm saying? This brother, he always give me like these hardcore scriptures that he always brought out. So he taught it for so long in Chicago. So go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate.
What do that mean when they say a man so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate? What do it mean by that?
Does that mean like
what can we equate that to right now?
We could equate that to being like decent towards each other,
Say it again. I didn't hear you.
We could equate that as being decent with each other, treating each other fairly.
No, read it again. Read it again.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate.
What do it mean to be tender? When you tenderize meat, what are you trying to do with the meat?
Taking it easy with each other, like being smooth with each other, like
don't look at it as with us. Just think about the man. The reason it said man, the reason they used the word man means what? One person, right? So they don't mean it's talking about us. So it says so that the man that is tender. What do it mean to be tender as a man? Now what you want to do is
talk towards each other, like.
You got to remember that the Bible was for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. It was so. If you said, "What if I told you was tender?" Hey, you tender?
Well, these days I don't want to slack it. These days it'll be like an insult.
Right, exactly. So what would tender be?
Tender would be like a soft ass move.
That's the point. And here's the problem: we got to understand that this Bible is made for us. Now, I know we grew up in churches all our life, and we feel like that this whole Bible is supposed to be a beautiful thing for us, and everything it says is supposed to be nice, but that's not the point. The point of this Bible is to tell us what we're doing wrong and not what we do. We know what to do right. He gave us what to do right, starting in Deuteronomy 28 and 1. Now he's telling us what we're doing wrong. Now, go ahead. Now, so what do that mean now? Now that you read it again and then tell me what you think it means.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate.
What do that mean?
A man who's just, soft, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And then what do it mean by delicate?
Like
just think about it. Think about it as not as an oppressor. If you said the same thing, put it in your words. If you said delicate, man, if you talking to another brother,
I would say like tender would be soft and delicate would be like sensitive,
easy to break, right?
Easy to break, yeah.
Exactly. That's what this scripture is saying. So the man that is tender among you, very like soft and very delicate, means that he's easy to break. Go ahead.
His eye shall be evil toward his brother.
It said his what?
His eye shall be evil toward his brother.
Now you understand what I'm saying now, right?
Sir.
You see, a brother who's tender, soft, very delicate, breakable or like he's easy to break, his eye will always be tender toward his brother, which means, his eye will always be, you know what I'm saying, evil toward his brother. Why? Because he don't have the discipline of having brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been in the school for a couple years now. You know what I'm saying? And I could say it's been times where you be like, dang, well, you know, they coming at me. And, you know, it's been times also where Captain Marquard, big up to Captain Marquard, he would say, hey, just come to, go to that brother. Go to that brother. That's how you fix the problem. You know what I'm saying? You leaving problems on the table is the way that you continue to grow our oppression. I don't care if you in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, or if you in the world. If you don't solve problems with your brother, if you don't solve problems with your sister, if you don't solve problems with your son, your kids, your daughters, whatever you have to do, you're gonna reverse the cycle of what Commander General Yohana is doing. You're gonna reverse the cycle of what all of these great generals and captains have brought to the table for the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Go ahead, unless you got something to say.
I'll continue.
And read it from the top if you could, Baba Bishop.
From the top, sir. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother, toward the wife of his bosom.
And toward the wife of his bosom, toward his own rib. You know what I'm saying? He's still, that's how you know this tenderness means softness. That's how you know this, when they say his tenderness, so like when they say his tenderness, it means he's soft now, just like a woman, emotional. You know what I'm saying? Women are tender. You know what I'm saying? What Bobby Brown call them? Bobby Brown called them tenderonis. You're a young tenderoni. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what do that let you know? That lets you know how much our oppressor has destroyed us, because now the men in the boys in our household, which first off, before I even bring this statement up, I want to give a big ups to this brother Trooper Azan Yala. You know what I'm saying? This brother, he stayed, you know what I'm saying, making sure that, you know, he stay diligent not only in this truth and make sure he's putting this in his inward parts, might I say, like the Bible say. But this brother stay, you know, as a young man, and the reason I brought that up because as a young man, this brother is doing an excellent job, and you know what I'm saying. This brother is gonna bring fire to the Isupk. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying. This is telling you right now that, you know, the men that are tender among you, you know what I'm saying, that they are the ones that's going to be the ones that's going to cause the disruption, the problems, the issues in our neighborhoods, just like now. You know, look at the young kids, the 16-year-old, 15, 16-year-olds, they're the hardest kids in the whole hood now. 15, 14. Them brothers carry, they did it back in the days as well, you know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about now, it's no morality. It's no morality to our 16 and 15-year-olds no more. You know what I'm saying? Now our 15, 16-year-olds, they kill because it's a tag. It's a what do they call it? It's a badge now. It's a badge to kill your brother now. You know what I'm saying? King Von said, "You ain't no killer if you only killed what, 2 niggas?" I think he said. He said, "You ain't no killer if you only killed 2 niggas." You know what I'm saying? Like, how hard is that? Like, to know that, hey, I gotta kill at least more than 2 niggas to be a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's the way. Like, our brothers and sisters right now, or our brothers, definitely our brothers, feel like that they got to prove something to other people. And our problem is the people they trying to prove it to are tender, are delicate. So that means what does it do? It breeds tenderness. It breeds delicacy. It don't breed what Trooper Azan Yala can bring to the table. It don't breed what, you know, Officer Kazayawan or Commander General Yohana, General Salakia, General Mahaiman, or General Mayakiala, you know what I'm saying, that brings to the table. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Or do I got anything else on there?
Kind of, you do. and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
He shall leave him. Just toward the remnant of his children, where he shall leave. You know what I'm saying? This just telling you, being a tender brother, or being soft and being, you know what I'm saying, emotional in this in the world is the reason why, you know, our punishments are I almost feel like it's heightened. It's worse than it was at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, in order for us to get back to our prominence, we got to raise up these brothers out the street. These brothers who never had fathers, who never knew how to raise, who never knew how to not be effeminate or not be tender, we got to raise them up.
That's right.
Big up to Kawama Par, and the whole, actually big up to Captain Kaposh and all the brothers he got down there that's raising up brothers like crazy. Every time I go online, these brothers is raising up somebody. Or they got brothers in the camp, or they just being brotherly in general. You know what I'm saying? So big up to them. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, you know, this is the high time for excellent opportunity for us to raise the younger brothers and sisters up in this school. Because I'm going to tell you something, that it's a lot of 16, 17, 18, and 19-year-olds that's looking for leaders, that's looking for a leader that's outside of the drug dealer, that's looking for a leader outside of the scams, that's looking for a leader outside of the, you know, pimping. You know what I'm saying? They looking for him now. You know why? Because America shut them all down. Now you can pimp legally. Go to OnlyFans. Now you can sell weed legally. Go to the cannabis shop. You know what I'm saying? So now a black man and a Hispanic man has no way to hustle. Now they're walking around looking like zombies because they don't have a way to hustle. What's the only way to hustle for a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man now?
Slave.
That, but I'm talking about unrighteously. Go rob somebody. Go kill them. You don't think that was strategic that they made cannabis legal? You don't think that was strategic that they made, you know, everything they make is strategic? But you don't think that these things are legal? You don't think that it's legal, that it's strategic that they made homosexuality legal? Because they know how to take men out of households. You know how I know that, Azanyala?
How's that, sir?
By abortion.
Kind, sir.
By homosexuality.
That's right.
And by prison. 3 things that took men out of households: homosexuality, abortion, and prison. All 3 of those things are the reason why our cities and our towns are destroyed by our own people. Now we can sit here and talk about, well, we need to just stop. We need to come together. We need to stop, you know, trying to shoot each other and fight each other. It's the gangs. It's the gangs. This will never change unless, you know what I'm saying, brothers like yourself and myself and Commander General Yohana, who's the leader of, you know, all of Israel, go into these neighborhoods and just extract all of the unrighteousness out of it. You know what I'm saying? You got something you want to say?
I actually do. It's kind of like how the brothers down in North Carolina or South Carolina did. You know what I'm saying? They actually went to a council meeting. Like they got invited to a council meeting. Like, you know, we have to get involved because we know what's best for our communities. You know what I'm saying? We can't leave that in the hands of an oppressor. Not only that, but also the Uncle Toms who are in those offices. Guess what? You need guidance from people under Commander General Hunter at every city, every state. You know what I'm saying? So by these brothers going to the council and stuff, hopefully they heard them out in a way where everything they said will be documented and maybe implemented, so that way maybe things will go better in our own community. That's just a starting point. But how you say that, we need to be involved more. If we're in Chicago, we need to get involved more to where, guess what? If you're at the top, I need to holler at you real quick. You know what I'm saying? I need to talk to you because our people ain't doing good down here. And how you say, like, we ain't gonna have that shit.
And that's so heavy what you bringing out, because a lot of people don't have nobody to talk to. That's why, like, us passing out flyers and us having these Midwest, big up to the Midwest Fire Weekend, July 27th through the 30th. You know what I'm saying? Big up to Commander Junior Hunter, who's gonna have an excellent lecture. I gotta put this in the 28th. That's a Friday of July. Gonna be the best lecture of this might be the best lecture of the decade. But that's why it's so important for us to have this. You know what I'm saying? Us to have this truth, because without you, Azan Yala, without brothers that's like you that came into this truth, that kick the world to the side and say, you know what? I want to do something different. Without brothers like you, we gonna fail as a people. We already halfway there. Like, you got to think about this. If our oppressor is killing us and we killing us, who do we get? Like, who do we get? So we have to do. Our oppressor will never be with us, but our people will. How would our people be with us? We have to give them something that they've never had before. And the only thing they've never had before, at least within recent history, is brotherhood and sisterhood. That's why any brother that comes into the school, they love it so much, because we ultimate brothers and sisters. We ultimate. You know what I'm saying? So
that's right.
Go ahead. Damn right.
And a lot of brothers and sisters gotta understand, it's like once you go ahead and come into the truth and you start learning things and start doing things a different way, we ain't saying you ain't gonna have problems, because your problems are gonna be amplified. You just have to endure and keep doing the right things, because Satan's gonna test you, but you still gotta stay solid in everything you're doing, because if it's getting rougher for you, it's because you're doing something right, you know?
Damn right. Hey, if you could give me Isaiah, if you could, 9, chapter 9, 18. And I love the fact that I ain't taught a brotherhood class in a minute, but I love the fact that, brother, I'm a twin brother, so I ain't gonna say who knows better than brotherhood but a twin brother, but I'm gonna just tell you, we had a lot of counsels. I mean, we had a lot of discrepancies before we came into this truth that we just don't have no more. And that's attributed to this truth, though. You know what I'm saying? I remember, man, me and this brother used to go at it every single day. You know what I'm saying? Officer Kazawan, Salaki, if the either man above me, of course. Man, we used to go into it every day, but man, us coming into this truth taught us something that we never had in life. You know what I'm saying? Ever. We never knew how to just shut the hell up and let each other talk. Sometimes, hey, you might be wrong. Sometimes you might be right. But we never gave each other a chance, because the world taught us to always be tender amongst each other, to always be delicate amongst each other, that he can't outspeak me, or I can't outspeak him. He can't outsay something to me, and I can't outsay something to him. And when we came into this truth, we realized something, that shit don't matter. What matters is hearing your brother out. That matters more than anything. And if you don't do that, you won't gain your brother.
Khan,
go ahead.
I have that scripture for you, sir.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 18. For wickedness burneth as the fire, it shall devour.
Go ahead.
It shall devour the briars and thorns.
Read that again. Slide.
From the top, there's a book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 18. For wickedness burneth as the fire, it shall devour the briars and thorns.
So it say this wickedness is gonna burn. It's so basically. Now, how would you break this down? You don't even know where to start at, do you?
Basically, like no matter.
So when you break it down one at a time, little bit and a little bit. That's how you do it. For the wickedness burn it as the fire. What do that mean?
It's going to be something that's uncontrollable, like something that's going to bring
something
down.
What is wickedness? For wickedness destroys. What burn us as the fire? That means wickedness destroys. Okay, right?
Kind of gun.
It shall devour the briars and the thorns.
It shall devour from the ground up.
It shall devour from the exactly. What is it? And that means it will devour from the bottom all the way to the top. Go ahead.
Khan, and shall kindle in the thickets of the forest.
That means for the thickest parts of the forest, it will still be going. Go ahead.
And they shall mount up like the lifting up of smoke.
Go to 19.
Verse 19. Through the wrath of the Lord.
Oh yeah, through Salakia.
Through the wrath of the Lord of hosts is the land darkened.
That means, hey, you know what this means, don't you? What is this talking about? We just talked about the burn, how the fire was gonna burn. It's gonna devour from the ground all the way up. And then they say through the wrath of the Lord of the host is the land darkened, the whole land darkened. Go ahead, just keep reading, and we'll keep on going on it.
Khan. And the people shall be as the fuel of the fire. No man shall spare his brother.
What do that mean?
That the Most High is going to go ahead and put people against each other.
What is he going? That's not. We don't want to be soft with it. We just read about being. Let's keep it 100. What do this mean? The Lord gonna do what?
Destroy.
He's gonna destroy. He's gonna destroy. This is an excellent scripture right here, and I ain't even done with the scripture yet because I forgot all about this first part of it. Because Commander General Yahweh is having an election on, the Third World War on July 28th, Friday, July 28th. You know what I'm saying? Amazing election, and this is a part of it right here. He's gonna tear up everything from the roots to the top. And through all the thickets, the Lord is going to destroy it. The ground is going to be blackened. Go ahead, read 20.
Khan, verse 20. And he shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry. And he shall eat on the left hand, and they shall not be satisfied.
Go ahead.
They shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm.
Now read that again. Here's the heavy part about it. Did you understand that part?
I don't know.
Okay, so read it again.
And he shall snatch on the right hand.
Go ahead.
And be hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And he shall eat on the left hand.
Mm-hmm.
And they shall not be satisfied.
So what do that mean as far what it say he and they? He and they shall do this. What is that talking about?
Are we talking about our oppressors?
No.
I don't want to.
Hey, go back up to 19. That's why it's so important to read. Read the last part of 19.
Khan. No man shall spare his brother.
Okay. Who is we talking about?
We talking about the Israelites.
Go to 20.
And he shall snatch on the right hand.
Go ahead.
And be hungry. And he shall eat on the left hand.
What do it mean to snatch on the right hand and eat on the left hand?
We gonna be taking shit from each other, sloppy.
Yeah, we just gonna take from each other. We just gonna we don't care. We just gonna eat. You ever heard that? This lets you further know that this is our book. We just gonna eat whatever we can eat, and we eating. I'm eating, bro. I don't care if I got to kill my brother to eat. I'm gonna eat. Go ahead.
Khan. And they shall not be satisfied. They shall.
Hey, just think about this. You got the biggest drug dealers in the world right now. They kill their brothers every single day. They wear $100,000 worth of gold, rings, everything else, and they still not satisfied with that. They still not satisfied with being somewhat out of poverty. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Khan. They shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm.
Every man. What do it mean to eat the flesh of every man his own arm? We know what eating them every. So we do know what it means when it say they shall eat every man the flesh, right? What do that mean?
Does it mean like we're gonna be in in a very demonized state to where we're gonna take and even more from another person.
No, not another person. What do it mean that we gonna eat the man of the flesh of his own arm? His own arm. You got to look. So we got to look at words. His own arm means what? His own arm. So I'll break it down for time's sake. Check it out. So it said, no man. So it says, they shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm. So every man. So what is your arm? Is your strength, right? We always look at arms as strength. Even the text in the text when you say that, man, that was heavy, bro. That was strong. You know what I'm saying? They put an arm, right? That's our strength. You know what I'm saying? So when it says we eating every man of our flesh, that means we basically killing our brothers, which means we're destroying our strength. We're destroying our power. Our power is our arm, and our arm is our brotherhood. And if we kill our brotherhood, or if we killing our brothers, we destroy our power. We have no power because we continue to kill our own brothers. That's what they're saying. That's why at the beginning it even says, it said, and shall snatch one on the right and and he shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry. That's saying, like, it's a brother who got what he need. He gonna snatch on you give it to him, and he's still gonna be hungry, no matter what it is, no matter what happened. You know what I'm saying?
So it's basically like the strength of our people are gonna be against each other, basically. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be taking down each other.
Well, we're gonna lose our power is gonna be lost because we're killing, or just like today, we're fighting and killing each other. The reason we are fighting, the reason we have no power, we have no arm, like verse 20 say at the end, our own arm, we biting at our own arm. It's because we continue to kill each other. So us killing each other means we keep on biting at our own arm. Just think about biting at your arm till you don't have an arm no more. Now you only got a left arm, or whatever, whichever one. So you got to remember, when it's not people really biting at arms. Of course, we ain't the IUIC, we ain't condoning cannibalism, none of that other stuff. But this is talking about you basically destroying your own people. You know what I'm saying? Or destroying your people by killing each other, like we do in the streets in Chicago every single day. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
This book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 21. Manasseh.
No, you good to go. No, you good to go. You good to go with that one. So that's so important that I brought that out, because this is the biggest issue of Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians right now. Our biggest issue is us biting our own arms. We taking our power and we making ourselves powerless. We're making ourselves powerless because we continue to just think we better than our own brothers. When we can be greater together. You know what I'm saying? We could be a great nation together, but we decide, like, some brothers want to follow the oppressor. Some brothers want to be lawyers and doctors for the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Some sisters want to be nurses. You know what I'm saying? Doctors for the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Why not do that for your own nation? You know what I'm saying? I know it's so hard to do because a lot of us are they're scared. You know, we had Black Wall Street, you know, Greenwood, Tulsa, Greenwood, Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? North Carolina. We had these great, you know, civilizations, but we can do this again, but with Commander Jeremy Yohana, a righteous brother who's gonna like build this up the right way. Go ahead. What you was gonna say?
Nah, I don't want to do it. It wasn't.
Yeah, we could build this the right way. You know what I'm saying? So, let me get you know what? I do got to hit this scripture real bad. Give me Matthew 25 and 40. I got to go there. That's one of my favorite scriptures because, especially, of course, once you get in this truth or anywhere in the world, but, you know, you always want to make sure you keep yourself humble, you know what I'm saying, as a brother. This is being humble is one of the hardest things you can do coming out of the world, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, you never having nothing, you know, you coming out of the world when you get a little bit, just like that nigga or that's you know, so-called nigga or spick that, you know, get that management position at your job and shit. Salakia, stud or whatever. And now they big boss, you know what I'm saying? And he ain't your boy no more. He big boss man, so he act a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Like that was never that wasn't us. You know what I'm saying? That's the oppressor does that. So you can go ahead and read that for me.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25 and verse 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, I am as much as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren.
Now let me ask you something. Who is this talking to, Zanyala?
It's talking about
read it again from the top.
And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto
Who is the
you,
king?
Christ, Yahushua.
There we go. Go ahead.
Verily I say unto you, I am as much as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
And what do that mean?
That means if you say, like, if you're doing something wrong to your brother, it's basically like you're doing it wrong to the king, Yahushua.
Yeah, and that's absolutely right. The scripture is so heavy because this is the ultimate brotherhood right here. Treat your brothers like you treat Christ. Don't treat your brothers and say he ain't. I mean, yeah, he going through stuff too, just like I am. Like we can't. This ain't the way. Like we gonna grow as a nation. It's like you. The way we grow as a nation is realizing that the same way, if Christ came down right now, the same way we would treat Christ is the same way that we should treat our brothers right now. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like we shouldn't treat no brother, whether he a trooper in the school, a young man in the school, none of that. Like, or we shouldn't treat them differently than the most. As long as they follow law, statutes, and commandments the way that the Bible tells us through the Isupk, because we are going to follow them completely. Like we are like it's your job to treat him like you treat Christ. You know what I'm saying? Right. And the Bible says it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you treat him, if you treat the least of the Lord's people, you know what I'm saying, bad. Hey, it's like you treat him bad. You know what I'm saying? You got something on that or no?
Kind of, sir. It's basically like, in simplest terms with Christ with this scripture, it's basically like he's basically trying to say, like, if you do him bogus, you're doing me bogus, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's absolutely right. That's exactly what it is. If you're doing him bogus, if you don't want to, you know what I'm saying, hear him out, if he got an alt with you and you don't want to hear him out because you want to be cocky about it, hey, I'm a man above him. I'm gonna be cocky. No, I don't want to hear you out. Now you just imagine you telling Christ, or Christ telling you he don't want to hear you out. Let's think about you telling Christ, which you'll never tell Christ because he's always gonna be the man above. But just think about you saying, I don't want to hear you out. That's the way you should feel when you talk to a brother or a sister in the school. You should feel the same way. You should feel like you're talking to Christ. If a sister have an issue with that she has to relate to her husband, of course, or if a brother have an issue that he talks to you about, don't take it simply. Don't take it vaguely and act like that it don't mean much. I don't care what rank you have. Take it very, very important, because that's another way we're going to bring our nation back together. Until we understand how to communicate with each other, we'll never raise this nation up. You know what I'm saying? And Commander Jeremy Hunter is teaching us how to do that. He's teaching us how to be able to communicate with each other and talk to each other and, you know what I'm saying, get ourselves on one accord. You know what I'm saying? But it's still going to take a lot of work. That means it's going to take every brother from every zone. You know what I'm saying? Brotherhood is the biggest one. That's why brotherhood is bigger than, like, to me, it's bigger than a nuclear bomb. It's bigger than cyber wars. It's the biggest weapon you could ever have. You know what I'm saying? Because even the white man going against the white man, look at Ukraine and Russia. Like, they ain't got no brotherhood. But think about if all of us blacks, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians came together. There's no like nation in the world that could ever destroy us. especially if we got the Lord on our side. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So I think I got about two. Let me see what I got. 34. I got some new verses. All good. But let me get let me get Mark. Actually, let me get Psalms 55 and 20. Psalms 55 and 20. Let me get that with you real quick.
There's the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
Okay,
he has broken his covenant.
He has broken his. Go ahead. Read the 21.
Verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Who is this talking about?
The oppressors.
You already know, right? How do you know that?
Because they're always talking slick, and people buy that crap. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
we all bought it before. We bought it before. You know what I'm saying? His words are smooth as butter. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, what do he want you to do? He wants you to fail. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so important for our brotherhood to be strong. If we don't have a strong brotherhood, you don't have brothers that's gonna fall into that snare. They're gonna fall into that pit. They're gonna fall into that issue that's not gonna allow, or they're gonna fall into a situation that's gonna allow them not to have, their brothers no more. You know what I'm saying? I've seen this, a million times where brothers, tell them something like, "Hey, look, man, I think he was out of order for something," and he go off because he have a female tendency, so. Now, he's no longer friends with his boy because his boy just told him, "Hey, you was drunk last night. You was flopping around the floor like a fish." And he said, "I wasn't drunk, but everybody got you on video." So we got to, our problem is if our oppressor told us we was drunk, we'll be okay with it. How do we know that? How many DUI stops we get? Well, oppressor tell you drunk and you end up in jail for DUIs. You know what I'm saying? But 10 minutes ago, before you left the house that you was drinking from, your boy said, "Don't leave. Hey, don't leave because you too drunk." And you told him, "I could drink. I'm good. I'm good. I ain't drunk." And then you left the house, and then what happened? The white man pulled you over, and the white man said you was drunk, and you put your two arms together and said, "Okay, give me my bracelets," and you walked off. That's our issue, man. We can solve problems if we wasn't so, boastful. We can't be haughty, or like the Bible say haughty, or like the white, or like our oppressor with his chest stuck all out. Sometimes you got to say, "Oh yeah, man, I'm drunk. Just take my keys, just so I don't get out of order." You know what I'm saying? Or if you know you one of those brothers that get popped all the time or get too lit, just get somebody the keys ahead of time. Give them the keys and say, "Look, if you start seeing me bogus, hey, don't let me leave up out of here." You know what I'm saying? Because the other part of me gonna kick in at that time. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we fix each other. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
From the top. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
War was always in.
Salaki?
Go ahead, Doctor. You can go ahead.
His words were softer than oil.
Butter.
It says oil.
Oh, Salaki, where you at? You at 22? No,
21.
Oh yeah, 20. Go ahead, keep reading.
His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
It say it was softer than oil, but yet they were still drawn swords. What do we mean by it being drawn swords?
Like, even though he talks smooth, how you say, like, he got like, I want to say it the right way. He means you harm.
That's it. He just so when it say like his words were soft like butter, it's just think about if you had a pillow, right? and you had the pillow always like you got a nice pillowcase on it, right? Nice pillowcase, fat pillow. But inside that pillowcase, you got a pillow with nails sticking out of it, but you can't see the nails because it's in this big old nice pillowcase, right? That's what the oppressor is. The oppressor is this big old nice pillowcase that you can't see what's underneath. But as soon as you lay your head there, what happens?
Get stabbed up.
You stab because you fall into the nails. Like when they say your words are slick, that their words are slick like butter. You know what I'm saying? This is saying that they speak so smoothly to you. They were the first pimps, so of course they speak so smoothly to you. But it says, yet were they drawn swords. Their words were drawn swords. That means the more they talk, Juneteenth and all these holidays they give you are the smooth talking they give you. These are the way they give you, make you feel like, hey, we can be equal. You know what I'm saying? These are your smooth talking pimps. But guess what the sword is? When you realize you really ain't free.
That's right.
That's your sword. You're not free. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Bible speaks of this. That's why I say they speak smooth as butter, but their words are drawn swords. They speak everything to make you feel good because it sounds good, but they know it's really for your destruction. You know what I'm saying? And until we get together and become one as far as being a Black, Hispanic, or Native American Indian is true, we're going to continue to dissipate or continue to fail because we have no way of getting out of it unless you come through the truth, which is the Isupk Commander Junior Hana.
That's right.
Go ahead. Oh, was that it on that?
Did you want me to go verse 22?
No, we good on that. And I got one more verse. Let me get one more out of here. Might as well go ahead and get it. Let me get 1 Corinthians 13 and 2. I might have two more verses. 1 Corinthians 13 and 2. And I'll let you know if I need something else first then.
Okay. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 2. And though I have the gift of prophecy.
Hold on, Salaki. Let me make sure this is the right one.
Okay, sir.
1 Corinthians. What am I at? First Chronicles 13 and 2. Salaki.
Okay, sir.
No, I was right. 1 Corinthians 13 and 2. You right. Go ahead. You can go right there.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 2. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith, so that I could remove mountains and have not charity, I am nothing.
You is nothing. Just this scripture is so heavy. You could have everything in the world, right? You could have prophecy. You would have understanding and mysteries, and you could have knowledge and faith, and you can move mountains, and you could have not clarity, and I'm nothing. What do it mean when it says you can have all these things and not have clarity, and that means it's nothing?
It's like I think it means where you could have all the understanding, you can have all the gifts of this and that, but if you don't treat your brother in a humble manner,
what's the goal?
It's like,
what's the goal?
To treat your brother.
When it says have not clarity, what do it mean? Because what's the goal? What's the goal? If you have all of that, right? Say, like Commander Junior Hana has all of this, but just say anybody. You have all the gift of prophecy. You have the understanding of mysteries and knowledge and faith and all of these. You can move a mountain, but you don't have clarity. Clarity means what? What's the goal of you having all these things?
It's like
If you don't have, go ahead.
It says charity.
I mean, it's like a charity. I am nothing. What do it mean by that?
Basically, you think about yourself before others.
You think that's the point. The point is you think about yourself before anybody else. That's not brotherly, right? The whole script of this class is brotherhood class, right? You can have everything, all the knowledge in the world. You can have, the truth, everything you have. But if you're not giving it to somebody else, then you're nothing. You're absolutely nothing in this truth. If you're not giving brotherhood, or if you're not giving this truth the way that Christ gave the truth, then you're absolutely nothing. You just another nigga. You know what I'm saying? And with that, you know what I'm saying? I'm an officer of 1,000, a Ramawan. This is the Brotherhood class, the Tuesday evening Brotherhood class. Big up the water to you, Azanya Allah, again, reading for us. You know what I'm saying? And with that, shalom.
Shalom,